Jack is busy making his mark in the world of television. After graduating from the Screen and Media course here at NMIT, he completed an internship with Channel 10. As a teenager, Jack was always messing around with cameras and making short movies with his mates. He thought about a career in filmmaking, but in Year 12 he had a change of heart and opted for a television production course. Jack says the work is fun and spontaneous and likes the variety of being part of a team, yet also working autonomously in the fast-paced television industry. Like many Year 12 students, Renee was daunted by the choices that lay ahead. She knew that she enjoyed business studies and enrolled in Certificate 3 in Marketing. 2 years later, Renee has just been accepted into the Bachelor of Business Marketing at La Trobe University, where she will be able to articulate her Advanced Diploma of Marketing from NMIT into a degree qualification. Paul Tran worked in the Australian Federal Police as a Protective Services Officer, while also training in the Army Reserve. Although Paul enjoyed his job, he didn't feel it gave him the career opportunities he was looking for, so he decided to try his hand at carpentry. The carpentry trade enables Paul to enjoy the benefits of daytime hours and provides him with skills that he can use in everyday life. Paul completed his pre-apprenticeship, then signed up to an apprenticeship with construction company Lend-Lease and began the NMIT Certificate 3 in Carpentry in 2010. During his studies, Paul received a $1,000 study grant from the NMIT Industry Foundation, awarded at a presentation evening in April 2011. Paul has worked on large commercial buildings, including the Royal Children's Hospital, the Melbourne Wholesale Fruit, Vegetable and Flower Market at Epping, and is currently working on a high-rise office building. At the end of his apprenticeship, he will step into the role of foreman. Heather's love of horses started at an early age, but it wasn't until she enrolled in the NMIT Bachelor of Equine Studies that she began to seriously contemplate a career in the equine industry. At the end of Year 11, Heather discovered the Bachelor of Equine Studies at NMIT and decided that this was the path that she wanted to take. Heather says the NMIT Bachelor of Equine Studies helped prepare her for work in the industry. During her studies, Heather won an NMIT study grant for $12,000, sponsored by Escanda Racing and Breeding. The grant funded a study trip to the United States, where she spent 5 months travelling with another NMIT study grant recipient. Heather attended the World Equestrian Games in Kentucky and completed a short course in advanced equine reproduction at Colorado State University. At present, Heather is working at a thoroughbred stud in Euroa and as a part-time technician at the Goulburn Valley Equine Hospital in the Equine Reproduction Unit. Yusuf was born in Ararat and spent 4 years working in his uncle's restaurant in Syria en route to Australia as a refugee. He arrived in Australia in 2011 and enrolled in NMIT's Young Adult Migrant Education (ESL) program as a first step in establishing a future in his new country. Yusuf decided to develop his skills in the kitchen by enrolling in dual courses, Certificate 3 in ESL, Employment, and Certificate 2 in Hospitality, Kitchen Operations. Since studying multiple courses at NMIT, Yusuf has discovered a promising career pathway in cooking. Having the opportunity to work in NMIT's St George's restaurant also gave Yusuf the chance to develop friendships with his classmates, as well as develop his English skills. Alison worked in finance for 10 years before enrolling in the Diploma of Interior Design and Decoration. In June 2012, Alison was awarded $1,000 for her interior design of the Ballon Hospital redevelopment, part of a real, accessible project to design the interiors of the hospital's new reception, administration and emergency areas, as well as an X-ray room and 10 acute rooms. Alison has already begun to pick up some interior design work through NMIT. Alison is also busy with her 16-week work experience placement at Hirsch Bedner Associates in Carlton, where she is helping to organise the materials library, assist designers with preparing and assembling material and finishes boards, mounting and labelling of finish control boards, and assisting with compilation of specification documents. Stephen left school at 15, but after 27 fulfilling years in the hospitality industry as a chef, sommelier, and even a winemaker, the work began to take its toll. With the youngest of his children starting school, he decided it was time to make a change. In 2012, he completed NMIT's Diploma of Tertiary Studies and has now been accepted to begin his Bachelor of Arts at La Trobe University in 2013. Dominique won a record deal with Darebin Council's Decibel Records in her second year of the Bachelor of Music industry. She credits this with studying at NMIT, where opportunities she'd only ever dreamed of suddenly became a reality. After finishing Year 12, Dominique enrolled in the Bachelor of Music. She moved across to the Bachelor of Music industry in her second year after learning that it offered a strong focus on developing songwriters. When it came time to sign contracts at Decibel Records, Dominique found that her teacher, Greg Arnold, was invaluable in helping her negotiate the terms. She also felt prepared for the experience after studying contracts and agreements in her course. With a passion for carpentry and a love of outdoor activities, Martin decided to enrol in the Certificate II in Building and Construction Carpentry pre-apprenticeship course. He found that the course set him on the right direction for learning about the construction industry and building a future in carpentry. Previously a teacher, Martin moved to Melbourne at the age of 24 with his wife, who was also a teacher. For the past 8 years, Martin has worked in a factory, retail jobs, looked after a newborn baby, as well as teaching Mandarin in a Chinese community school. Martin has now been taken on as an apprentice by Grocon, one of Australia's premier builders.